Over the years, I've been contemplating what makes real estate investing hard. How come there's only a very few percentage of people that are interested in real estate investing? And right now, I just want to make real estate investing as broad as possible, like buying single families, buying duplex and triplex, not even real estate syndication. This whole channel is about syndications. If you watch this video over here, I started with single family, so I have done single families. So what makes real estate investing hard? The first one is having gut. Having gut means it's a large upfront investment. If you try to buy a single family in Seattle or Bay Area or New York City or any one of the coastal cities, I think nowadays median home prices here in Seattle are like $800,000, and 20% down payment is $200K. If you're working a W-2 job, it takes about 5 years or more to build up that amount of savings. That's why it takes gut, large upfront commitment. It's scary. I remember buying that first house. Yeah, that's a lot of money. Now, and my friends know this, it takes me longer to order a boba tea than to decide whether a single family is worth investing. Like I can look at a single family on Redfin, and if I know the numbers, yeah, I can within 30 seconds to a minute, I'm like, yeah, this is a good property. Whereas with a boba tea, I'm like, do you have no sugar? Do you have like less sugar? Anyway, you get really good at it. But initially, it takes gut. The second reason that real estate investing is hard is that it takes a lot of communication skills. Real estate is a people's business. You need communication skills to influence multiple people. Brokers, lenders, maintenance folks, operations, your business partners. In real estate syndication, it's even harder. You are essentially acting as a director. You need to influence the property management company, who then influence the on-site manager, who then influence the maintenance folks, who then influence the assistant maintenance. There are like multiple levels trickling down. Be able to communicate firmly and concisely, but with passion, is a skill set that should be learned. I'm saying this because a lot of times they are individual contributor at work and they never manage anyone. So when they got into real estate investing, they found it difficult to interact with certain types of people. So if you are getting into single family investing, just treat that as an opportunity to learn and grow instead of like, oh, I hate dealing with these people. I remember hating dealing with those people, but I guess I just got better at it. It's a skill set. And that's what makes real estate investing hard, because you need all of those. You need the gut and you need the communication skills. The third thing about real estate investing is you need emotional intelligence. Real estate investing is a roller coaster. Right now, the world is not a happy oyster to the real estate investors. Interest rate is still very high. Some of the real estate deals in the US are not doing well. Some banks collapse. There is a general uncertainty about the future. It's harder to raise money. And then you question, why did I get into this in the first place? Now, that's not to mention that I'll do a separate video on that. Even during the good times, it's an emotional roller coaster. There's too much earnest money. Some of the money become non-refundable. There's a lot of debate. There is ups and downs in the economic cycle, and you have to deal with that. The fourth reason is actually the thing that eliminates 95% of the people from going into real estate is the grind. This involves maintenance, brokers, lenders, paperwork, taxes. I hate taxes. The grind is putting in the hours day in and day out. The grind is doing all the unsexy stuff. What you see on Facebook is like, oh, I closed on a home. What really matters is that you spend the hour every day or every week doing the underwriting. You see the difference? What people observe that is that you got a good SAT score. What really happens is that you go to the library every week. And real estate investing is one of those things. And this eliminates 95% of the population. One of the attributes of grind is delayed gratification. In order to succeed in real estate, you're playing a game where you are planting the seed where you are successful 5-10 years from that point. So for the next 5 to 10 years, real estate investors are very much misunderstood. They have to just intrinsically believe that 5 to 10 years from now, the world is on their side. That kind of delayed gratification, meaning that you're not spending as much as your peers. You're not going out as much. You're not splurging as much. My friend said you of all people shouldn't have roommates. But that's delayed gratification. Why do you decide to house hack when you could easily afford a 1-bedroom? That's delayed gratification. Why do you buy a used car when you could have the income to buy a fancy car? And that's probably the hardest attribute for the general population. And then the fifth reason is analytical skills, spreadsheets, numbers. You need to understand loan options. And the loan options is just a lot of math, amortization, interest rate, prepayment penalty, all that stuff. Most of real estate starts with underwriting, which is analyzing if this deal makes sense on paper, and theoretical projections. We will make all of this easier with technology. In the meantime, it's just all spreadsheets. Take the general population. They have 2 or 3 of these attributes, but it's important to have all 5 in order to succeed in real estate. In summary, the skill sets needed in real estate is having gut, communication skills, emotional resiliency, the ability to grind and put in the hours, and finally, have some level of analytical abilities. The panacea to success is having all the skill sets. I also want to make the point that even if you have none of the skill sets, you still can succeed because you can develop those skill sets. Underlying all of this, by the way, there's one underlying skill set in which I hope that all real estate investors have, which is to be kind. That should be the underlying motivation for all that you do, which is genuinely believe that what you're doing is good for the world. Otherwise, should it succeed, you're actually not adding value to the world. You're actually subtracting from the world. To be clear, maybe a pitch here is syndication investing. If you are a passive investor, you actually don't need all those skill sets, but you need to be able to identify people that have those skill sets. So those will be your general partners or people you want to invest with. I hope you enjoy this and maybe provide some of that framework for you to decide if real estate investing is right for you, whether that's single family or even syndications. Thanks for listening again, and until next time, happy investing.